Go, Joey. It's your birthday. It is your birthday song. It isn't very long. How do we mess up the rhythm of claps?
I don't know. It's like the everybody clap your hands.
Oh, we were right on it.
Keep it up.
I can't.
And then it goes, how low can you go?
Slide to the left.
No, it goes, how low can you go?
Is it?
Yeah. I just played it at my birthday party that you weren't at.
I'm sorry. I have broken brain. Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Lauren.
And we are
the
NeuroNerds.
Yes, that was on time.
I feel pretty good about that.
NeuroNerds.
Welcome to the NeuroNerds.
Hey, y'all.
What are we talking about today? Lauren L. Manzano sitting across from me again. Makes me so happy.
I know. And what we're talking about today is Joe.
Oh, word? This dude? I know you guys are sick of me. Too bad.
Because this is kind of a special episode. It is the beginning of July. We have Spider-Man coming out like tomorrow, and the day the world wept.
One more gasp.
Joe's birthday.
Oh, that actually hurt. I don't want to make that noise again.
I was like, ooh, he tore his throat.
Yeah, I might not make it to next birthday because of that noise.
So, Joe, how many years old, young are you going to be turning?
Oh, man, age is only a number. My number is much larger than yours.
So how old?
You want to dig this? How old is Joe? Joe is celebrating the 21st anniversary of his 21st birthday.
No, you're not. You were born in 77.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's 2019.
Crazy, right?
Man, speaking from last episode where we were talking about the multiverse, man, I'm living in the future. I thought it was 2020.
Well, you were living in the future because you were overseas for so long.
So, yeah, sorry. I was like, he's 43. No, that's next
43?
year.
Damn, don't be aging me. I'm old enough. Yeah, no. And you guys see pictures of me and you're like, that 18-year-old?
Oh, no,
is
they're
42?
going like, oh, the grandpa.
They're like, oh, pobrecito.
Pobrecito, viejito.
Yeah. They're actually gray hairs in my beard. It's not platinum like I know you guys think. Not platinum streaks.
And then I have my rogue streak.
You do have your rogue streak, but it looks dope.
Thank
Actually,
you.
It looks really, really cool.
It's actually, I feel like the amount of stress I've been in my life has made it grow.
Yeah. I take the amount of stress. My hair falls out. Your hair glistens
Aww.
with these gray streaks. Also, you have the strength of Rogue.
Oh,
so, there's
favorite X-Men. I mean, if you guys actually saw my hair, maybe I'll show you a photo one time. I have gray hairs that go down my back. Like I grow my hair all the way out. I don't pluck my white hairs. So I have some gray hairs that are down to my waist.
Oh man, I know I know what you're thinking. Well, that's not very long because Lauren's very short.
Actually, my hair goes to the small of my back.
It does. It almost touches your ass, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
I have to be careful when I sit sometimes, guys.
Ow.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that seems like it would hurt.
And I like roll over my hair when I dance sometimes, and I try to sit up, and I'm like, ow.
Yeah, but then you do the hair twirl.
Yeah,
that thing.
That's why.
Wait, is that what you call it? The
hair whip.
Hair whip.
I whip my hair.
Oh my God, that's my least favorite.
So again, we are talking about Joe's magical birthday because he is alive.
Joe's here.
And he graces us every week.
So I know, well, graces is a word.
It is a word.
Yeah.
It's a 5-letter word.
Yeah, I know you want to use some of the four-letter words in that. I never really celebrated my birthday before, like pre-stroke.
Same.
Like I never really, it was just like another day.
But I mean, this is pre-stroke now, but
no, it's just not stroke ever.
Not stroke.
Ever.
Knock on wood. I don't know where the wood is in here.
Yeah, it's all knocked somewhere.
Yeah,
in my head.
Yeah, there you go.
Empty, hollow wood.
Yeah.
So I never celebrated my birthday because it was just like, to me, it was just like another day. I was, again, talking to a therapist. It was like, oh, well, I was in survival mode. So of course I had nothing to look forward to. It was just like, I made it this far. Yay, I won. Now it's like, I got shit to look forward to. Are you a stroke or brain injury survivor looking for a community and support? Well, the NeuroNerds are here to help. Join our #UsoRock Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/UsoRock to connect with other survivors like you.
Plus, read other inspirational brain injury survivor stories on Joe's blog at josorocks.com/UsoRock. And submit your stories there as well. We want to hear them.
And remember,
you so rock.
Stop laughing at it.
My birthday was last month and like a month and a half ago at this point by the time this episode's recorded. And for me, the reason I didn't really celebrate my birthday that much growing up was I didn't have that many friends. Yeah, and I was that person that would do everything for everyone else and like set up birthday parties at school and like arrange who brought cupcakes, who brought balloons, and who signed the card, and then it would be my birthday and no one.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. So like you were almost doing what I did, like helping people, but like you were like making their things amazing and being a passenger in their life for their birthday. Oh, that's so.
And then when I finally would plan parties, people wouldn't show up.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, you're one of them.
So yeah, but that's different. Joe's crazy. it was Lauren. I had in my head
my trashy treintañera, y'all.
I had trashy. You had clothes on though, right?
For part of it.
So I know I had like the crazy
Okay,
things.
a bunch of pole dancers, guys. We played Twister, musical chairs. We gave people lap dances, and then we played Tipsy Twister. It was fabulous.
Oh my God, Tipsy Lauren's like my favorite thing in the world. But yeah, so like I actually had events and things in my head that was like, yeah, that, and then it's like, no, you didn't have. Like, oh, it was like this whole thing. This whole thing. I'm telling you, man, it's been crazy time. See what happens when you leave.
I know.
I go crazy.
And I'm gonna leave again, guys, in a bit. A few months. I'm going back to Spain for a bit.
Oh, what are you doing? Wait, to teach?
Well, I'm competing, and then I'm going to be teaching pole, belly dance, and self-defense in a couple cities.
Are you serious?
Yep.
It's amazing.
I know, right?
That's seriously cool.
Thank
Oh wait, does your do they all coincide with like one another? Is like rapid fire?
I'm planning it that way. Yeah.
That's awesome. Are you gonna have some time just to hang out though?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Or I'll lose my mind again.
You're doing a lot.
Story of my life.
Story of my life.
I know. So yes, we are going to be talking about Joe's birthday. So make sure you give him love because he celebrates his birthdays now.
I do.
Joe's birthday is on July 3rd. Joe and Lauren forgot to mention it in this episode because they both have brain injuries. Wish him happy birthday.
It's funny because like Felice would always ask me, what do you want to do for your birthday? I'm like, nothing. I don't really do anything. I don't really do anything. Honestly, what I would do is I would like not talk to anybody like on my birthdays when I was like single Joe. I would not talk to anybody. I would hang out in my drawers and I play video games all day stoned, which by the way, just sounds like an amazing time.
But I'm also like, isn't that what you would normally do?
Yes.
Yeah.
That would just be like a normal like Saturday nights-ish. But yeah, like
Tuesday
I never
afternoon at 3.
like I would never want to do it. Also, I don't want to make a big deal out of it. As arrogant as I am, I'm not really like me celebrate this dude. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
I do it mostly in jest, but like that day, it's like, oh hey, how are you? I don't like I know it sounds weird. I don't really like that attention. Okay. You know. So, but a couple of years ago, like when I lived, Felice like planned this big thing, went out to like the mountain and hung out, and it was cool. And it's, you know, it was interesting. It was cool. To be honest, I could do nothing or everything and still feel the same. But it's nice that like when like I actually kind of want to do things now.
Yeah, that you want to celebrate.
Yeah, and it's not just for me too. It's like for my people. It's nice to see people.
But
you know?
yeah, it's nice for even just like having like a weekly coffee date with someone or a monthly get together or a phone call that you just have weekly. Do you find that you value it more because there's like a before and an after, and there's like I could have lost all of that. Right.
It's strange because all the things, I guess all the mental bandwidth that I had and I focused on things that didn't matter, I now have that for things that absolutely do matter, you know?
Which are your relationships with people you choose.
Absolutely. Lauren, like sitting here across from you right now, like I can't tell you the amount of joy that I have in me. I'm so happy. And it feels.
Can you guys hear it in his voice?
Like I seriously, it's like it's euphoric. Like I feel so like comfortable, especially with that.
I am a drug.
Especially with that noise. Like I feel so much joy. Oh my God, if you guys could only see that. I feel like so much joy. Like when you came and I saw you at the door, I was like, oh my God, like it's just like I missed you tremendously because I do value you as a person. And you, Lauren, you complete me.
Oh my God.
My NeuroNerd, you complete me.
He can't reach across. There's a wall between us right now.
I can. If I did, I'd come back with a broken wrist.
Maybe.
So yeah, I value you as a person, and you just everything about you. Like you mean so much to me, and I'm so happy that you're back. Oh, we just made a heart, and it's super dope. And somehow she hurt my finger.
Oh my gosh. He's being a baby.
I am. But again, I have this mental bandwidth that's not focused on these other things.
Yeah, they're very like superfluous.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would I focus on that when I have like this amazing, incredible person right in front of me? Right?
I'm going to preen like a little peacock over here. If you enjoy listening to this podcast, please consider leaving us a 5-star review on the Apple Podcast app. Your reviews help us grow and reach more listeners like you.
Find us by searching for the NeuroNerds on the Apple Podcast app today.
But yeah, so it's Joe's birthday. But what other major holiday is around your birthday?
Oh, man. So, do you want to know what's really funny? I was going to say St. Patrick's Day. No, brain injury, 4th of July.
Yeah.
Independence Day. So what's funny about my birthday is every single year we would celebrate it when I lived in New York. Maybe that's why I never celebrated my birthday. We would celebrate it on the 4th. We would wait and like do happy birthday.
So you didn't get a day.
I never had a day.
It's like people born near Christmas.
Yes, and you get that split. Oh, you're within a week of Christmas. We're gonna do the dual thing.
Yeah, and then you only get one present.
So on my birthday, when we would celebrate it, it would always rain. It would rain on the 4th of July like every year. So I would just always remember like a big Puerto Rican loud family get together, and one of the years, the one that I remember vividly, that they were roasting a pig.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, lechon.
Yes, and I remember one of my uncles. I think he went and he grabbed the ear, he ripped it off the pig, and he was like, "Oh, chicharrón!" And he just like crunched down. I thought it was so bizarre, so weird.
Really?
Yes.
You were so white.
The way he did it was so ravenous.
You are so white.
I am shockingly
I'm like, that sounds
Caucasian.
Amazing. That sounds amazing.
So but it was like a thing, and I think I've always been like a little anxious in a lot of people, a lot of like noise and people I don't really talk to. And it would always rain. Then I remember it was one year we're going to celebrate it on your birthday, so it won't rain, and it rained. So like it always rained on my birthday, which is really, really strange.
Oh my God, you were Eeyore.
I was Eeyore, and I'd be like, I guess it's okay. I don't need good weather. Let me play with my He-Man.
Right?
But you know, as an adult, I don't know. It's just kind of like another day, but it's not. It's like a big deal. It
is now because you have the before.
Can I tell you what's probably a bigger day for me is August 4th, because that's the day I had my stroke.
Stroke anniversary.
Yeah. I think that's a bigger day for me because that means the world to me because I'm here.
But I also think like I like that you're valuing your birthday more because it's like there's a reason that you're here.
There has to be, right? So I think.
I mean, please, there has to be. Come on, guys.
I came back to drive you crazy.
And he's succeeding.
Damn right. Mission accomplished. Bye, guys. So
and that's the end of the episode. No.
Okay, and bye. So I think it's to be here, obviously, enjoy life.
Right.
And to help people along my way through this journey on this little blue marble we call Earth.
Right.
You know, and I think it's beautiful. And the amount of people that like, I always think it's funny because it sounds really perverted. You know how many people we've touched?
I know. And I'm like, oh God.
We have touched so many people in so many different countries.
Yay. Not awkward.
We are perverts.
Oh God.
But no, it's incredible. Like the amount of lives that like, I don't want to be like, yeah, we are just amazing. I think we're pretty amazing because I think we both wish we would have had something like this.
Oh, yeah.
To connect with other people.
Oh, yeah.
And just know that there's a community out there.
I mean, even Amelia
people.
Clark acknowledged that the community is not there that there is for like cancer survivors or other things because it's like not a sexy disease. And again, I'm not trivializing cancer, but like that is more mainstream.
Right.
And brain injuries are starting to become. But again, even a year or two ago when we started this, like there was no community.
No, they were sporadic. They were here and there. Nobody really knew anything
really
about
small, or they were like tied into. I think there was one that was like brain injuries tied in with like heart disease.
Yeah, right.
And it was like, okay, but they're not really
even
the same.
The Heart and Stroke Association, because it's the Heart and Stroke Association. Like that's cool, but
or it's like it was an older demographic. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Because again, most people who have strokes or heart attacks, right, tend to be the same age group. Right.
Because that's when you have it. Like, again, with me, it's like one of my friends was like, oh, Joe had a stroke. How old is he?
I mean, I was literally about to say like the older generation and I couldn't remember how to say it in English. And I was going to say el tercer edad, which means like the third time period, I guess.
I'm pretty sure in the next few minutes, you're going to forget something and start saying it in Korean.
Okay. So seriously, like the last few months, I've been feeling like my brain injuries has been flaring or something because I've been finding it harder and harder to like articulate.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not stressing out about it, but I am recognizing I'm like, oh, this is a little bit harder to talk. Like,
well, you spent a good amount of time in a different country.
But before that too.
Was it really? Oh, man.
But I mean, going into the other country also affected it too. But I'm like, I'm coming up to my 4th year. This year will be year 4 from the car accident. But again, more things manifest usually, I think, about like at the year 5.
annoying is that?
Yeah, like fuck you, guy who hit me in my car. Fuck you.
I think it's annoying to me because in recovery, again, it's not a straight line.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Like you think you're at a certain point, it's like, cool, I'm past that part.
Yeah, it's like left turn ahead.
Yeah, you're not, you know? And then like new things pop up. For me, it was brain fog.
Right.
It's like, oh, this sucks. You know? And then other things like the short-term memory stuff where it's like, okay, the fatigue is the one that I was like, wow, I really thought I was past that.
Yeah.
Nope. It came and it smacked me in the mouth.
Yep.
And then like being overwhelmed, overstimulated, that's just my everyday function.
Yeah.
You know? But it affecting me to the point like the way that it did when I first got out of the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I thought I was past that.
And unfortunately, no, the gift that keeps on. Talk about your birthday, right? Here's the gift that keeps on giving, right?
Seriously. Come on, brain injuries. Can't you be better?
And again, this is where we're like, we have to take this with grace and give ourselves patience. It's so easy to be like, do as I say and not as I do.
Yeah.
You know?
You have
we all struggle with it. So like Joe and I don't have it together, guys. Like
no.
We may appear that we might have it together. We don't.
And by we, Lauren.
I don't
Lauren may appear like she has it together.
I don't. I have issues.
You guys hear me talk. There is something severely wrong with me. You know what's funny? I had this weird conversation last night at the game night market event thing that we put together.
Yeah.
So there was this dude that I was talking with, and this is like several drinks in for both of us. But he was talking about how annoying technology is, and he's like, "But every time technology gets too annoying, just remember one thing." There was that one beautiful moment that we all had the first time it happens when you're in a store and everybody's phone goes off because there's an Amber Alert.
This is true. This is true.
Was saved.
Yep.
Because of technology. So all the robocalls, all of the unwanted everything, all that stuff we can deal with because that kid got saved.
That's true.
So it's not the same, but it's the same kind of feeling where all of this chaos, all of this terribleness, all of this anxiety, all of this stress we're feeling, it's okay because we're here.
Right.
We lived. It's all for that. We're here to experience this. That's why every time I try to reframe it, it's like, man, I don't want to go through this anymore. I'm like, you know what? I'm here to go through it.
I was going to say, you actually don't have a choice.
No,
I was like, you think you have a choice, but you don't really have a choice.
Yeah, even if I thought I had a choice, maybe I don't because my mind's playing tricks on me.
But talking about all that, right? That leads us, I think we all go through this when we're just overwhelmed and overstimulated. And unfortunately, with this holiday coming up, July 4th, this is like the palooza of overstimulation.
You can't get away from it because
it doesn't just affect
everywhere.
us.
No,
it doesn't just affect those of us with brain injuries. It affects veterans with PTSD, anyone with PTSD. It affects dogs. Like, goddamn you people that are shooting fireworks in my neighborhood, scaring the shit out of my dogs.
Lauren's sweet, beautiful animals.
Yeah, leave my pit bulls alone.
Stella's pretty cool. She doesn't react to, weird.
One of my girls, she's half Shar-Pei, half Belgian Malinois.
But you just got a brand new pup
who's Shar-Pei and pit bull.
So you don't know how that puppy's going to react.
No, we don't.
Hope well,
she so far, because there's assholes that shoot off fireworks near my house because they're fucking ghetto. It really is. It's fucking ghetto. And I say this ghetto in the sense of where I live. It actually is pretty ghetto. Not my city, but nearby.
In the ghetto.
Right.
In the ghetto.
Right. But so my poor dog, who's Belgian Malinois and Shar-Pei, this poor thing, any firework, immediately she takes off from wherever she is and she go hide in my room because there's this little corner in my room where my bed and I have a little bench underneath my window. So she'll squish herself in the space between my bed and the bench.
She's trying to be comfortable and safe.
Yeah, she's freaking out. And I'm like, you assholes.
So you don't let them out in the backyard or anything?
We will. They don't want to go outside.
Okay.
We've gotten them thunder shirts, anything that can because that's what they do for kids with autism.
Oh, to hug them, right?
Yeah, to hug them. And so they make them for dogs. Doesn't help her. It helps some dogs, but it doesn't help her.
I was thinking about getting a weighted sheet.
Yeah, that's great for anxiety.
That's what I heard.
Stuff. Yeah, it's great because it's giving you a hug.
And Joe has anxiety.
Yeah, so please look into that.
But also,
let's get you that thunder shirt because it's like a straight jacket.
But also, I run hot. I run really hot.
Then sleep naked.
It's weird. I'm a dude. I don't know, things flapping around. It's strange. You know what I mean?
Then just sleep with the blanket.
And as much as Felice might love that, she might also hate it.
She probably would, honestly. But again,
Sweaty naked Joe. That's right, guys. That's in your heads right now. Enjoy. You're welcome. Me.
That's his birthday message to you guys.
That's the birthday gift that keeps on giving. Thanks to our sponsor, Avid Technology, for providing us with the tools, or should I say, pro tools, to record, edit, and mix our podcast and get our message out clearly to the world.
Try Avid first to start recording today for free at avid.com/pro-tools.
Yay.
Yay. So think about like all the people who suffer from PTSD, a lot of soldiers and stuff like that we were saying, or you might have PTSD like Joe. So like the overstimulation of hearing fireworks, and then you have to turn the TV up louder because you're like, oh my God, I got to drown that out.
Which in turn is more noise.
So I know some of my friends that are veterans, what they do is they have their Bose noise canceling headphones. And it's like, as soon as they wake up, they like put that on. Or a lot of people leave. Like a lot of people will go up to like Big Bear.
Oh, that makes sense. You know what? That makes a lot of sense. Just get out.
Yeah.
Get away from all this stuff.
Yeah. Like if you have the ability, is like go out to the country or something like that.
We went, this is going to be our second July here, I think. Yeah. So we went like, because we kind of live like next to a mountain. So we drove up a little bit.
It's a hill.
It's a really big ass hill. So we went up to like an even taller hill and we hung out to watch the fireworks off in the distance, which was beautiful, you know?
Right, because it wasn't blowing up right in your backyard.
No, which is nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it. So like I have my headphones in all the time. Like I just have them in all the time. Like I think it would be 24/7 for sure that day. Because I've been a lot more susceptible to noise lately.
I sent Joe a meme. And I said, is this too soon?
Oh, this.
And I never got a response back. So I was like, oh, shit. I think I pissed him off.
No, never.
There was like a kid that was like throwing a tantrum in the photo. And it says, when I lose my headphones. And so I sent it to Joe and I was like, too soon?
Wait, did I not respond?
Nope. Again, strokes. It's okay.
Brain.
It's okay.
I feel like a zombie. Brains.
But yeah, so we always like to ask or give advice of like, what do we do to kind of deal with that? Again. Right. But the other stimulation might be, you might be having a family barbecue and maybe you're not in the mental state to be dealing with 25 people at your house. Yeah. Right?
Like if all right. So we are all survivors in some way, but
I mean, we survived the womb.
For like, exactly. Yeah. And that's treacherous.
Right? Hey.
But us as
I resemble that comment.
Us brain injury survivors, we really need to focus on our mental health because it all revolves around our brain. That was bruised, battered, and sometimes damaged, right?
But there's also sometimes where you have obligations, especially if I call it ethnic, where you have to be there, right?
I live that.
Yeah.
I live that. And but there's this weird balance.
Yes, I agree.
You have to figure out your balance. I know sometimes for me, it was like, I'm just going to say, I'm not going to do this. But then I'm like, I feel horrible. But then I'm like, I feel horrible, but then I'm going to feel horrible. So like, do I care more about others than I do my own mental well-being? Most of the time, yes. But no, there's got to be a balance. You have to, it's like a deal. A deal when both sides feel screwed is the perfect deal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like an NBA contract.
Everyone compromise.
Yeah, it's the perfect compromise. We both feel screwed. Cool. Perfect deal. So like, if you feel a little bit uncomfortable, but you also feel like a little bit like,
relieved.
Yeah, relieved. They're working with you or you're doing a certain thing. You didn't do all of that. You only did this. Like, make that work for you because you're the most important person. It's your life.
Again, but some of our listeners, they may be under 18 and you might have to go.
I got to tell you. Yeah, no, there are a few.
Yeah.
It's a bummer, man.
So my recommendation is if you are not driving capable, right? Like, let's say you're going with someone, right? And you don't either because you don't drive or you're a child and you don't drive. It might be it might be helpful to have a dialogue where you're like, look, for me, I am willing to go for an hour. Right?
See, that's a good, again, that's a perfect compromise.
Or like my dad is not the most, now he's become the hostess with the mostest, but like before he was very antisocial and I'm an introvert as well. So like what my dad and I would do, like people would come over and be like, hi, okay, having food. And then my dad and I would disappear into like their bedroom and just go watch TV.
Awesome.
He would watch baseball or we'd put on like whatever was
your dad's my spirit animal.
AMC channel, right? And so, but that might
no Hallmark.
No, now it's Hallmark. Dear God. Anyways, but that might be something is if you're comfortable enough to have that dialogue or your caretaker or your parents or your partner to have the dialogue with like the hostess, like if you're not there, is if there's like a bedroom you can like go decompress in. Every time you start to feel anxiety, either go take a walk around the block or to decompress in a bedroom or something for, 20 minutes.
Right.
To
Yeah.
kind of like store up your stores before you go back and deal with family.
Yeah. Just figure it out. Mental, like I visualize as much as I can things that are going to happen. Things, how loud people are going to be, how obnoxious people are going to be, how the room is going to feel, how it's going to. I know it sounds
Dude,
weird.
That stresses me out already. That's too much.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Like I think about all these things because I don't want to be caught off guard. I did that once and I forgot about one thing, and that one thing is the one thing that was like a really major thing.
See, and that's where I would argue like not to do that, like not to visualize, because what if you're either not visualizing enough or over visualizing that you've already like freaked yourself out?
Yeah. Most of the time it's over visualizing.
Yeah.
For sure. But
I'm that person where what my goal would be like my one goal for the day. I would put it as, if I'm going to go to this party, what is my one thing I want to achieve there, which is like not freak out or
to figure out how to end my sobriety. No?
long suffering sigh.
I did that with Coachella though. Coachella, because again, that was the first really big thing that I was doing. Well, this is what this is. The one thing I didn't account for was the lights.
Right.
That was the one thing, but everything else was fine.
Yeah.
It was the lights that freaked me out a little bit. But aside of that, everything, like I was like, okay, this is this weird person. I already know. I felt that. Like I know that was going to happen. So like it's cool, but I do drive myself a little bit crazy.
It's almost like tactical planning.
Yeah,
right?
Seriously. Yeah.
Like
I'm like John Wick.
No, you're not, honey. I'm like John Wick. I mean, like the first thing I do, and this comes from years of martial arts training, is any time I walk into any room or building, especially if it's new, I instantly find my exits. Like that's ingrained in me. Like I've done that since I was 9. I remember I was telling a friend about that and they're like, you're weird.
Yeah, that's because you trained in the Red Room.
I mean, yeah. But like
you are Bat Widow.
Yeah, I mean, I am Bat Widow. But I mean, that's something that I was trained to do. So every time I'd walk into a room, I remember I was having a conversation, I think I was 9, and we were at our daycare. And we were talking about something. And I remember I was like, oh yeah, well, if a fire ever started, I would just get out here. Or if I couldn't do that, this window opens, but that's sticky. And she was like, what?
Oh.
But yeah, so that's.
I think she was also concerned that you talked about the several different ways you could kill everybody in that room with a jump rope.
You're probably right. I mean, that didn't help them to like me.
By the way, I'm sorry that you. Wait, were you bullied?
I was like ostracized, like ignored. Like I wasn't.
That's even worse. Sometimes that's almost even worse.
Like I was popular adjacent and then like nerd adjacent, especially like in high school. I was bullied in the sense of in junior high because it was a racial kind of bullying.
Oh, really?
So I wasn't.
You're like ethnically ambiguous. Though.
Yeah, but like my school was predominantly Hispanic, but I wasn't Hispanic enough. I was the white kid, and then I wasn't white enough to be one of the white kids. So this is why I grew up as an Asian kid. Because they were the only ones that accepted me.
That kind of
makes sense, right?
It makes so much sense of who you are as a person.
Right? But then in like high school, like I was cool with the cool kids, but I wasn't a cool kid.
Right.
And then I was like not bullied, but people weren't nice to me.
Is that why you took up martial arts?
No, I took martial arts up when I was 7, bro. Oh. Yeah. Like again, I played on the boys water polo team. Our school was known for our water, we were known for water polo, right? So I was friends with the cool guys, right? And like the hot guys, but I wasn't like cool.
Right.
So again, I wasn't like actively bullied the way we think of it, but I was more like ignored and ostracized.
It's kind of a bummer.
I mean, like one girl in my yearbook once, she actually wrote like, man, Lauren, you're really nice. You don't deserve half the shit you get in high school.
That's
crazy.
Well, number one, I say this all the time. I'll stand by it. Kids are dicks.
They're evil.
Kids are dicks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I remembered I was I think I was a sophomore, and like the people I was in class with and the people that I was friends with all got invited to a party, and I didn't. And I didn't understand. And I was like, because I was nice to people and I was always helpful. And I remember I was sitting on my parents' bed just crying, trying to asking my parents, like, what's wrong? Like, what am I doing wrong? Why doesn't anyone want to be my friend? I had like 5 friends from junior high through high school, which amazing group of friends. Right. But again, at the same time, it was like
junior high and high school, you're supposed to like kind of befriend everyone. Almost.
Yeah. Well, ideally. Right. But that was the idea. It was like, what am I doing wrong? And my parents were really supportive about like me just being me, and it doesn't matter. And it's all going to work itself out, which is true.
With very, very true. Very great, true. Amazing advice.
Right. It's
great parenting.
It was basically like, just hold out.
Right.
It'll be fine.
Right.
But I just remember that was me in high school, which is also why I'm really self-sufficient and very much like, you don't like me, fine.
You're right. Yeah, I'm awesome. Deal with it.
This has happened before. Ooh.
Right. And those are those times like where it impacted you the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I never had.
Were
like
you a
the,
deviant?
I know I was cool. I was a good kid. For
You
the
were
most
one
part,
of the cool kids.
I wasn't.
Liar.
I wasn't. Yes, I was a jock, which made me a cool kid. I grew into my personality. Like, by the way, I don't know if you know this or not. I'm pretty amazing.
Okay.
At the time, I was really nerdy because I was a super good kid.
He uses nerd in the not correct like version.
I was nerdy, nerdy because I was just like, I was a dweeb, I guess. You know, because I grew up poor. I didn't have any sense of style.
That's not a dweeb.
No, but like I was awkward. It was really, there was a patch in time where it was like really, really awkward for me. But once I started playing basketball, that became my identity. I didn't have an identity.
Were you smart?
No.
Okay, then you're not a nerd.
No. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Are you smart? No.
At least he's honest and self-aware.
No, there's difference. There's like book smart, which I
Yes.
absolutely was not. But a lot of book smart people, you put them on the street, they'll be dead in 8 minutes.
Yeah, this
right?
is again why you weren't a nerd.
so I didn't have an identity. I guess I was just searching for an identity.
We'll go with dweeb. I like that.
Oh yeah,
It has a
I was
nice
a dweeb.
visual.
I was a dweeb, and then I grew into my personality. I gained a personality and an identity when I started playing basketball because I got really good really quickly, and I realized girls like basketball players. Yeah.
I liked water polo bodies better.
Oh, you went to a good school. And
no, I didn't.
They had water polo.
Because we didn't have other things.
But you had water polo.
I went to a ghetto ass high school, bro. We had lockdowns all the time for shootings.
Yeah,
we
same
had
here.
Gang violence. I got caught up in a riot one time at school.
Did you start it?
No, I got
You're like,
locked
no,
out.
I didn't start it. I ended it.
No, oh my God, there was a riot in the quad and I'd gone out to go to the bathroom and they had lockdown and I couldn't get into any of my classrooms. And I was scared I was going to get in trouble by the police because we had cops on campus. So I ran to the guidance counselor's office and I begged her to let me in. So she let me in.
Okay, so you were wondering why?
Oh, I didn't wonder why. I knew why. Like, I know why now in retrospect.
Oh, Lauren, you nerd. But you were a good kid,
Yeah.
right? I was, for the most part, I was a good kid. I didn't really do anything wrong. Basically, what I wanted to do every single day was play basketball and chase chicks. And I was pretty successful at both. Boom! Come on.
Like, this is Joe, guys.
Well,
at
it was
42.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. But yeah, like that was my high school thing. So if it wasn't for basketball, if it wasn't for sports, I don't know where I would be. It was who I was. Oh yeah, it's Joe's a basketball player. Yeah. He's like that dude.
So tying this all back to stimulation.
Man, wait, is there basketball stimulation? I'm gonna start playing.
Watching a horrible Laker game.
Oh no, that's why I watch Clipper games, because Joe's a Clipper fan.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So again, happy birthday to Joe.
Oh, happy birthday to me.
Yes. Happy Spider-Man 2.
Oh,
Far From Home.
Really, really excited. And I can't wait. Wait, Far From Home? Yeah,
Isn't
right?
it Far From Home?
Yeah. I'm really excited about the after credit scene because apparently there's 2.
Right. So we'll see what those are.
There's a mid and an after.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah?
Right?
Wait, is that what you say to people?
Yeah, happy 4th of July.
Happy Independence Day?
Happy Independence Day. We're just doing all the happies that can go with this. Happy overstimulation day.
Wait, it's also happy, isn't
Trigger day.
Happy trigger. No, that sounds so bad.
That sounds so bad.
That sounds awful. I don't. Well, yeah, it shouldn't be Happy Trigger Day because if you're using a trigger on 4th of July, you're really pissing off people with PTSD and dogs.
Yeah. Also, don't shoot anything up in the air.
Yeah,
Those that
bullets
must
come down.
dumbasses.
Yeah. Do you think they just go out into the ether?
If you're gonna go out shooting, go to a shooting
Go
range.
to a range or play some Call of Duty. Right?
Sure.
Come on, man, I'm a nerd. Actually, you know what I want to do on my birthday?
What?
Wait, what this gonna release like 2 days from now?
Yeah.
You know what I want to do?
What?
Just play video games.
There you go.
That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. Thank you to our amazing community on Patreon for supporting this podcast.
You can support us too and get different perks and gifts depending on which Neuro Jedi tier you sign up for. For example, if you're on our Neuro Padawan $5 tier, then you're probably listening to this episode a day early before its public release.
Your support helps us grow and continue to create this podcast. Plus, a portion of the proceeds go to a different cause or individual in the brain injury survivor community each month. Sign up at patreon.com/the NeuroNerds. Thank you guys for being amazing and I don't know. I was gonna say wish me. No, you guys haven't even said anything.
Wish him a happy birthday, please. We want to encourage him to keep celebrating his birth.
Hey,
We're happy that he's here.
I'm happy that I actually celebrate my birthday now.
Yeah.
Felice has turned this into like a thing, and I can't thank her enough for turning this into a thing, which is awesome. Speaking of happy, once again, nobody's happier than me that I'm sitting across
He's
from
happy as
Miss
clam.
Lauren L. Manzano.
Thank you.
Superstar.
Oh, stop.
Super stud.
Stop.
Wait, a chick could be a stud, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Lauren's amazing.
Not in the husbandry term.
No.
But,
wait,
you know.
if there's a chick horse, could that be a stud?
She's not a stud.
No, what is she?
No. She's the breeding
Thoroughbred?
mare. No, she's the breeding mare.
Oh my, why do you know that? God.
I know many things.
She knows everything.
The burden of knowledge.
yeah, and it's absolutely a burden. Oh,
And on that note,
hey, the bliss of ignorance, yin and yang of
Joe.
life.
There
Come
we
on.
go. There we go.
You know,
There we go, guys.
So follow us at the NeuroNerds
Mhm.
everywhere. Follow me at Joso Rocks everywhere.
Wish him happy birthday on there, please.
Oh shit! Follow
Yeah.
Lauren at Lauren L. Manzano
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yes.
As always, the NeuroNerds, we are here to help on that beautiful birthday note.
Yep.
These NeuroNerds are out.
Estas son las mañanitas. I don't know the rest of the song. Que los cumplas feliz.
Cha cha cha. I don't know.